Monza, 4th of September 1960. Scene of the 20th European Grand Prix and of the 9th in this series of Dunlop commercials. Here at the Monza circuit, officials, drivers and mechanics are making their final preparations before the race begins. The time, 2:58. In just 2 minutes, 16 Formula 1 and 2 cars will be up on the first lap of this 6-mile circuit. In the pits, other preparations have been going on all of yesterday and today. Preparations for the Dunlop commercial. 2 minutes to go. In a room in the Dunlop pits, ABC's outside broadcast engineer, Fred Atkinson, makes a final check with Teddington and Continental Trunks to see the landline is okay.
We're going to pack up this end now because we're just about ready to go.
While he speaks to Teddington, Giulio Medda, an Italian engineer, checks the reception from the Monza end. Outside the Dunlop pits, Dunlop Tires advertising manager George Freeman and John Hamilton Dealey from Hyams are revising their scripts. Only 50 seconds to go now. Dunlop's Peter Bedlow has a final word with the photographer who'll be taking the stills of the race. Okay, John. 15 seconds and we're ready. Landline, script, pictures, everything's okay, and they're away. Lap 20, and in the pits, the first casualties are already coming in. Hello, here's Phill. What's the trouble here, I wonder? Well, it can't be tyres. There aren't any wheels coming off. Even so, tyre temperatures are quickly checked. Well, whatever it was, he's okay now. 5:20, and only a few laps to go. Phill Hill in a Formula 1 Ferrari is well in the lead. 2 minutes ahead of Richie Ginter's Ferrari, with Meres lying a lap behind in third place. Barring accident, nothing should come between Hill and the checkered flag. As he enters his last lap but one, Dunlop's Peter Bedlow checks up on the latest position in the race. There's Hill out there in front. And the AP photographer's in the thick of it. The race is all but over, but things are really beginning to warm up now for the commercial. So let's join the Dunlop and Hyam boys in the pits, where they're talking to their colleagues at Teddington.
You get the tyre equipment for the second and third cars. I believe George did it for the winning car, but the second car, driven by Richie Ginter, was also on Dunlop and Dunlop disc brakes.
Thank you, Peter. If George Freeman's still there, I'd like to check over the script with him.
Back on the track, everyone's looking expectantly towards the high-speed South Bend. Any moment, Phill Hill's Ferrari should appear on the top of the banking and come roaring up to the checkered flag. Yes, here he is. Car number 20 takes the flag now.
West, how about...
1 minute to go, George.
Sorry, Stuart, you'll have to hurry this. There's only a few minutes to go.
Here he comes. Phill Hill, the first American to win a Grand Prix since 1921. Look at those photographers mobbing him.
Phill, you still there? Look, we'd like you to do this next one a bit slower, if you will. Phill, we also want you to take out the word bashing. We want you to put it in instead hammering, okay?
What's that?
The word bashing, will you take it out and put in the word hammering?
Okay.
You got it?
He's writing this in the script himself.
Ah, okay.
Okay, it seems...
Phill, we're going to run it through just once more because there was one sentence in that last one which the producer and the director want to take out.
I see.
It's the one about pictures being wired from Milan.
Why don't they just cut it out of the tape?
Okay. You ought to be doing this stuff and not racing cars, I think. Are you ready to go? Congratulations, Phill. What sort of a race did you have?
Peter, this is a real tough one. This Monza track has got some steep bankings. It's got fast straights, hairpins, the lot.
What's it like on the bankings?
Very, very bumpy. And when you hit them at 160, the whole car takes a terrific hammering.
How about the tires?
Well, Peter, you couldn't have a race that's tougher on tires than this one. But these Dunlops are great, and that goes for Dunlop disc brakes, too.
Okay, Phill, hang on a moment, will you? We want to get the final verdict from our agency producer, Peter King.
Exactly 37. That's fine. Okay, Marjorie? Okay, Peter. That's it, thanks.
Right, we're through, lad. You can get stuck into that champagne now.
Thanks, Peter. We'll have one for you.
God blimey, some people have all the luck, but you've earned it, never mind. Well, our conversation is now safely on tape. It's 5 minutes past 6 now, exactly 4 hours before this commercial goes on the air. But for Peter King and ABC's director, Marjorie Baker, there's still a lot to be done. The tape must be edited with the sound engineers to make sure the length is absolutely spot on. While the producer and director work, the others can snatch a short rest. But not so in Monza and not so in Fleet Street. For there, another part of the commercial is being pieced together. Let's see for ourselves. From this portable picture transmitter at Monza to this machine in Fleet Street, the pictures of the race are now being wired. At Monza, an operator from the Associated Press Milan Bureau types his last caption as a picture revolves on the drum. Inch by inch, they're transformed by a photoelectric cell into a signal and transmitted over wires to Fleet Street, where they're received a few minutes later. A quick check of the print and caption, and straight to a dispatch rider who's standing by. Seconds later, he's on his way. Up Fleet Street, over Waterloo Bridge. And only 25 minutes later, he's at Teddington and he's delivered the pictures after the last leg of their 1,000-mile journey to a call boy who's waiting to receive them. Less than half an hour after the pictures were wired, they're in the studio and the commercial swings finally into production.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Roll telecine. 4, 3, 2, 1. On telecine.
Today's winner was Phill. Kenneth Wolstenholme's in Madrid for the big soccer, and I've flown over from Rome to bring you some pictures of the European Grand Prix from the Monza circuit near Milan. Now, Phill was number 20, and I've got here a recording of a phone talk I had with him immediately he'd won his race this afternoon. And here we go.
Congratulations, Phil. What sort of a race did you have?
Peter, this was a real tough one. This Monza track has got some steep banking. It's got fast straights, hairpins, the lot.
What's it like on the bankings?
Very bumpy. When you hit them at 160, the whole car takes a terrific hammering.
It's pretty hard to hold the car down, is it?
It certainly is.
How about the tires?
Well, Peter, you couldn't have a race that's tougher on tires than this one. But those Dunlops are great. That goes for Dunlop disc brakes, too.
Like Phill, fit Dunlop tires to your car.
4,
They're
3,
race-proof for top
2,
mileage and
1,
top safety.
Fade.
Phew. How was that for time? Jolly good. Thank you, Dale. Thank you, studio. Stand by for the clear. Whew.
Thank you, studio. Wait for a clear now, please.
Well, there we are. Only 4.5 hours after the end of the race, the commercial has been recorded. Seems more like 4 days, doesn't it, with all the work and excitement behind the scenes, not to mention the months of planning that were necessary beforehand.
Thank you, studio. The recording's okay.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. And so another ABC live commercial goes out on the air. The result of smooth cooperation between client, agency, and ABC. But above all, the result of a great deal of hard work by a skilled team here at ABC to help you. Now, this particular live commercial, of course, was for Dunlop, and it brought news of motor racing. But the next one, well, it could be for any product, or indeed for any client. And if live topical commercials aren't already a part of your television advertising plans, perhaps you'd like to discuss them with ABC. They're always ready to help. Good night.